Hi, my name is Amber Novosel. Today I will be going over the COE lesson plan template. In my speech, I will go over each component of the template and why each section is essential and the importance of alignment, how assessment data informs lesson planning, examples of accommodation, modifications, and differentiation, and lastly, examples of technology and integration. And to begin, I will go over the components of the COE lesson plan template and their significance. The first component is the classroom and student factor, which is where the teacher considers each student's unique characteristics in the classroom environment. This is important because this is how a teacher plans their class according to their students' abilities and needs. Then there is the standards that guides the lessons and activities to ensure the lesson meets the required educational benchmark and state standards. Objectives also guide a lesson and activities, as this is the learning outcome of the lesson, but these are also based on the standards. Then there is the anticipatory set at the beginning of a lesson. This is what pulls the students in and engages them in the lesson, sparking their interest and curiosity. There's also the means of representation, engagement, and expression. This is how the lesson content is presented, how a student is engaged in the learning, and how a student expresses what they have learned in different ways. Differentiation is used by teachers to meet the needs of diverse learners. This happens by modifying classroom content or assignments based on the student's abilities. Lastly, there is the extension activity or homework, which is an assignment given to the student outside of the classroom to reinforce what is being taught inside the classroom. This gives students extra practice on what is being taught. Each component of the COE lesson plan is significant, as they always work together to ensure the lesson is effective, meets all the standards, and meets every student's needs. Next, I will go over the importance of alignment and how assessment data informs lesson planning. Having alignment with standards, objectives, activities, and assessments is important for a few reasons. First, this ensures all parts of the lesson are working together to have the same goal, and also ensures the students are meeting required educational benchmarks. This also provides students with a clear learning expectations. Assessment data is so important to a teacher when it comes to planning a lesson, as this will help you to get an understanding of where your students are at currently and what learning needs they may have. Some examples of assessment data are things like observations, quizzes, tests, and classroom assignments. When working in a classroom with students with expert technologies, you will have many accommodations, modifications, and differentiations for these students. Some examples for the different groups of these students would be, for example, English language learners. Examples would be simplified language, or allowing for oral response instead of a written response, are the use of visual aids. Another example is students with special needs. You would use extended time, reduced distractions, or a reduced or simplified assignments. For students with gifted abilities, some examples would be tiered assignments, independent projects, or advanced materials. And for students who are early finishers, some examples would be providing the students with extended learning or enrichment activities. Lastly, I will go over how technology integration engages the learning of young children by sharing some examples of this. One first example of how this is used is a wide range of educational apps we have available to us, which can be used within schools and at home. Another example of this is the interactive whiteboards we have in our classrooms, which allows our teachers to share a wide range of things to the class and have the students interact with their learning. We also have the use of iPads and tablets in our classrooms. This allows for teachers to do things electronically, allowing teachers to do electronically assign things to their students. So when planning a lesson, teachers can plan quizzes and assignments online. Each of these topics I went over all work together collectively to ensure that your lesson planning is effective, meets standards, meets the needs of every student, engages all the students, and also work inclusive to all the students while catering all many diverse learning styles. Thank you.